Good God. Good God, this SummerSlam. There we go. That's much better. Good God, this SummerSlam has it, it was better than WrestleMania, that's for sure. But then again, that's kind of like saying Joseph Stalin was better than Hitler. You know, both options fucking suck. And God damn it, I don't really have anything to say about this show other than it was weird. It wasn't bad. It wasn't exactly good. It was just like it was kind of like I watched a post WrestleMania pay per view. Like this is honestly how a post WrestleMania pay per view should be like, and this is not how I expected a SummerSlam pay per view to be like. Unfortunately, my God, this SummerSlam gave me. I mean, I looking at the card when I saw the card. The fact of the matter is, for one thing, I have not seen. Oh, by the way, I broke my hand doing some dumbass shit. For one thing, when I saw the SummerSlam card, I did not expect in any way for this to be a good show. Like, I would have to be an idiot to see in any way that this was going to be a good show. And it's just, but I don't know. It's just so sad. Like, WrestleMania 34 pissed me off more than this more than this pay-per-view did. Mainly because WrestleMania 34 had a stacked card, and they had matches that everybody thought was somehow going to be, it was just somehow going to be like a good show. And when I saw SummerSlam, when I saw the card, I just took one look at it and I was just like, yeah, this is not going to be a good show. I actually told some of my friends, I said, this show is really going to determine whether or not I am still a fan of the product, and or at least of WWE. Like, I would not stop being a wrestling fan or nothing like that. But after seeing, you know, after seeing all that stuff go down with SummerSlam and everything, to be honest with you, I'm really questioning it. Like, I'm actually really considering to just stop watching the show. And it doesn't really matter anyway, since I have not really watched a full episode of a WWE programming, not even including NXT, which I don't even want to include NXT to this because I feel like that's a completely separate product from WWE. But I have not really watched a main roster WWE show since WrestleMania, and don't count that SmackDown because I saw that live. I have not actually sat down on my couch and watched a full episode of Monday Night Raw or SmackDown or anything like that in like since post WrestleMania Raw. And that's honestly how bad WrestleMania 34 has been for me personally. And it kind of sucks, you know, that WrestleMania 34 really killed my fandom. However, SummerSlam really just did not. I mean, SummerSlam could have possibly made me a fan, like made me really invested into the product once again. And the very, very second I saw the show, like from the beginning, I actually thought, I was like, okay, this is going to be good. This can maybe possibly be something that's going to be worthwhile in terms of SummerSlam. But then as the show went on, it's like it had its highs at the very beginning of the show, but once it hit its peak, and honestly, I think the peak was like the very opening of the match. Once it hit its peak, it was just all down the fucking hill from there. So I guess, like, I'm sorry that I'm not like extremely angry or extremely ranty like how I was in my WrestleMania 34 review. It's like this SummerSlam compared to WrestleMania 34, it's like I'm not even pissed at this. I'm more disappointed with how, like, I'm honestly not shocked this show was horrible. Some people are, but I'm not shocked at all. I expected this in some way to possibly be, a good show. Sorry, I'm trying to change the song on this. It's kind of hard to do with one fucking hand. I just expected this to somehow, like, be at the very least a decent show. And there's a lot of things. In fact, I think most of the show's faults mainly revolved around the Raw matches, and you already know how horrible Raw has been recently with its product. So I'm kind of not really surprised that all this shit has, like, went down with SummerSlam. I'm not. I just look at it and I'm just like, yeah. Why am I shocked? Like, why should I be surprised with how terrible this show was? Like, you should at the very least expected this show to be a shit show. So I guess I might as well start off with the review. And I'm looking down at my phone because honestly, the show has been so forgetful that I kind of lost memory of how good this. I mean, I kind of lost memory on all the shit that went down with this show. So I might as well just look at my phone and just see what happened. So we start off with probably the match of the night: Seth Rollins versus Dolph Ziggler for the Intercontinental Championship. Like I said, I thought this was the best match of the night. I kind of like the dynamic duo with Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler. I really think that they really are kind of like the two dudes with attitudes. I really think that they really know how to get heat and shit. And I think Seth Rollins is actually the perfect babyface. I think Dean Ambrose returning, as much as I dislike Dean Ambrose, I think him returning also put intrigue in this match, and it was a pretty good match. It was, like I said, best match of the night by far. And Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler, this time they actually got the attention from the crowd, unlike the last pay-per-view, because when they were doing their shit at Extreme Rules, the fans could only just count down, and that's how uninterested they were with the show. I mean, with the not just the show, just the match in general. So anyway, uh, Seth Rollins pretty much it was just really good back and forth. I actually, like I said, I liked it more than their Iron Man match. Um, the final minutes of it, honestly, were absolutely electric, and the fans pretty much popped for Seth Rollins the whole time. Like, no matter what he did, they were pretty much excited for it. So Seth Rollins was pretty much the MVP of the match. He delivered spectacular sequences. He pretty much put on like a match for the ages for SummerSlam. In fact, in my opinion, I think this is one of the best SummerSlam openers of all time. And Seth Rollins won after Dean Ambrose hit a dirty deeds on McIntyre after McIntyre tried to interfere for the for the 600th time. So Seth Rollins hit a curb stomp on Dolph Ziggler afterwards, and Seth Rollins is the new Intercontinental Champion. My only complaint about this is that I wish that Dolph Ziggler could have held on to the belt like for at least a little longer. I honestly think that Dolph Ziggler at this point has been playing hot potato with the damn belt. Like, it's getting to the point now where he's about to reach the Miz's Intercontinental Championship reigns, or Chris Jericho's Intercontinental Championship reigns. That's kind of how much he's been playing hot potato with the belt. But I'm pretty sure this is gonna somehow lead to a split between Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler. I also think this is going to lead to a heel turn with Dean Ambrose. I'm kind of disappointed that it didn't happen on SummerSlam. Like, you would think that they would do it on SummerSlam, but it looks like more than likely they're going to do this for the Raw after SummerSlam. So I'm actually looking forward to that. I'm actually going to watch that Raw just to see what goes down with that one. If that disappoints me, then I'm just going to go back in the dark and just continue watching Impact Wrestling and shit. So I gave the match an A-. It was a really good match. They really put on, they really put on. Ooh, I fucked up right there. There we go. Uh, they really match of the night. They really tried their best and they delivered. So we moved on. By the way, I'm not even including the pre-show matches because those pre-show matches were so unimportant that I just didn't really even look at them, to be honest with you. So I can't even review them. So we move on to this fucking terrible. Well, it's not terrible. The match was awesome. The problem is the goddamn ending. New Day versus Legend Brothers. The New Day, I love the New Day. I really think that they can really put on spectacular matches. I've praised the New Day multiple times, and I love the Bludgeon Brothers. I absolutely love them. I really think that they know what they're doing in terms of in-ring work. The problem is that it's a good match ruined by a goddamn disqualification. And oh my god. Like this match was just, it's another one of those matches just like WrestleMania matches, where it's ruined, absolutely ruined by the ending of the match. And the ending was that the Bludgeon Brothers actually used their hammers for the first time since they debuted on the New Day. And that's what caused them to get disqualified. And I think that's absolutely stupid. Like, I didn't expect the New Day to win the championships, and I honestly would rather prefer that they don't win the championships. But at the very least, you could have had them, I don't know, pin the New Day. Like, that would have made so much sense, That match was, I would have gave it a B+. But because of the stupid fucking ending, I just had to give it a C. Like, that could... The endings always matter. Like, I don't give a fuck if the match is a 5-star classic. The endings matter. Okay? We move on to the match, the Money in the Bank briefcase match with Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens. The match was a squash match. Congratulations. You know what? This match actually pissed me off more than any other match on the card, except for another match, which I'm going to talk about in a second. This match pissed me off a lot more than Nakamura versus Styles pissed me off. Okay? When you see the main event, you're going to see the main event later, and you'll understand why I'm so pissed off at this. Like, if the main event hadn't ended the way that it did, I wouldn't have been pissed off at this. But, the fact of the matter is, the story was that Kevin Owens was scared of Braun Strowman. I mean, who wouldn't be? Look at the man. But Kevin Owens was running away from Braun Strowman. Wasn't Kevin Owens supposed to be the sadistic, sociopathic heel? Isn't this the same Kevin Owens that absolutely destroyed Vince McMahon, Shane McMahon, Sami Zayn? Like, isn't this the same Kevin Owens that was the second ever Universal Champion? Like, whatever happened, what has this man done since he lost to Goldberg? Explain that. Like, I know people saying, when I complained about Goldberg being Kevin Owens, I predicted that this was going to happen to Kevin Owens long before it actually ended up happening to him. That he was going to start getting loss after loss after loss after loss, and being put in these unimportant feuds that won't do nothing to help his career. And guess what? Everybody was like, oh, it doesn't matter. Kevin Owens isn't buried. Guess what? Goldberg buried Kevin Owens. And Braun Strowman buried Kevin Owens even worse. This match was even worse than when Goldberg buried Kevin Owens. That's how much this match pissed me off. Like, congratulations, WWE. You made me hate Braun Strowman. Thanks a fucking lot. Like, I really, really appreciated the fact that you made me hate one of your highest talents right now. So, basically, like I said, Braun Strowman just destroyed Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens got zero offense on him. None offense at all. And Braun Strowman just Oh my god. Braun Strowman pretty much hit a running power slam on him after choke slamming him on the ramp and then pinned him. I'm giving that match a D. That wasn't even a match. It was a squash match. Okay, this man is not Braun Strowman is not Goldberg. Okay, Jesus Christ. So we move on to another match that pissed me off too. Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch versus Carmella. Okay, my problem with Carmella, I've said this multiple times. Carmella's not a good wrestler. That's kind of her gimmick anyway. She is the definition of a diva. And in fact, let me put on these sunglasses right here so you guys can't see how pissed off I am, because my eyes are actually showing how pissed off I actually am. So, Carmella's not a good wrestler. Everybody knows that. Like, even Carmella knows that herself, that she's not a good wrestler. Okay? And so Carmella is defending the championship. Every time she defends it, she finds a way to weasel herself out of it. She's kind of like the modern day honky tonk man. That's basically what she is. And when you look at it, I mean, when it comes down to the fact, you know, Charlotte really had nothing to do with this match. I mean, Charlotte got out of the title picture like May-ish. Like, back to the line for you, sister, okay? Like, give these other female talents a chance. Like Becky Lynch. Like, Becky Lynch is probably one of the most talented female wrestlers on the roster right now. And you guys just want to keep doing her dirty like this. Okay? Becky Lynch deserved this spot. She deserved to just destroy Carmella in a one-on-one confrontation. And that did not happen. Guess what ended up happening? Charlotte got herself into the triple threat match. Everybody was pissed about it, including apparently Becky Lynch and Carmella. And no one wanted to see Charlotte in this match. And we were all like, okay, maybe if Becky Lynch just wins the championship, at least we won't be pissed about this. Guess what ends up happening? Like, seriously, guess what ends up happening? Charlotte fucking wins. That's pretty much what ends up happening. Charlotte won the match. And the match was good, at the very least. Like, it was a good story, at least, between Charlotte and Becky Lynch. The story wasn't even about Carmella anymore. And the weird thing is, as bad as Carmella is, she was the MVP of this match. Like, even though she's not great between the ropes, she really showed off how much of a heel she can actually be. And yeah, so Charlotte won. I mean, pretty much what Charlotte did. I'm trying to look at my notes here because, like I said, I kind of forgot about the ending of the match. Fuck. Okay. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I kind of blinked out there. Charlotte pretty much hit Becky Lynch with the natural selection, and pretty much stopped Becky Lynch from. She basically screwed over Becky Lynch. She stopped Becky Lynch from making Carmella submit, and then hit her with the natural selection, which caused her to win, causing Becky Lynch to turn heel. Now, I know everybody else is happy about this, about Becky Lynch turning heel, but my problem with this is that Becky Lynch is one of those wrestlers, kind of like The Rock, where she's too likable to be a heel. Like, I feel that this heel turn is going to turn out like how all of Natalia's heel turns turned out. Becky Lynch is too much of a babyface to be a heel. Like, as unbelievable that sounds. like Becky Lynch is just too likable. Like you can't. I don't know anyone who's ever had a bad thing to say about Becky Lynch. So you can't really like have her as a heel when she's just too likable. I mean, that's really all there is to it. And like, I'm sorry to say that, but it is what it is, you know. So Becky Lynch turns heel. The fans chant yes, yes, yes. So we're gonna have to see how this turns out on SmackDown. Uh, I whatever. Honestly, I hope Becky Lynch can pull off being a heel, but I honestly don't think she can. I really don't think she can. If anything, I see this turning out the same way how Jeff Hardy's heel turn turned out. You know, where like Rob Van Dam put this in the best way. He's like, the fans did not want to boo Jeff Hardy. Okay? No matter how hard Jeff Hardy, if you guys saw Jeff Hardy's heel turn in TNA, the fact of the matter is that no matter how hard Jeff Hardy wanted to be a heel, the fans did not want to boo him. It's the same thing with Becky Lynch. I can guarantee you, no matter how hard the fans want to boo her, like no matter how hard she's gonna be a heel, I just fucked that up. No matter how hard she's gonna be a heel, the fans won't boo her. It's just not gonna happen. I can almost guarantee that. I mean, but then again, I saw the same thing with Nakamura, and Nakamura is actually probably one of the best heels on the roster, on the main roster right now. So maybe I might be wrong about this. Maybe this might end up turning out like how Nakamura's heel turn turned out. So who knows? Oh, and also, Asuka is nowhere to be seen on this card. Yeah, when I told everybody that Asuka got buried at WrestleMania, everybody was like, "Oh, you're just being dramatic. Asuka didn't get buried." Okay. What has she done since she lost to Charlotte at WrestleMania? Since her streak got broken, what has she done? She was in a pointless feud with Carmella that made her look like a total chode. She got some offense on Ellsworth. She wasn't on the SummerSlam card at all. Wow. She definitely did not get buried at WrestleMania. Wow. I'm just the stupidest person, aren't I? Yeah. Yeah. I had to give the match like a B. It's the same thing. Like I didn't like the fact. The thing that pissed me off most about this match is the fact that that Charlotte won. Charlotte is at a point in her career where she does not need to win she doesn't need to win like anymore, and my table just fucked up right there. So, you know, it is what it is, but I'm still pretty pissed off about that. Like Becky Lynch should have won. That's all there is to it. Charlotte did not need this win. In fact, I'm getting to the point now where I feel like the only reason why Charlotte is being booked so strongly is because of whose balls she swam out of. Like, I hate to say that. Like, I don't want to say that because I love Charlotte. But now it's starting to get to the point. Like, it's starting to become obvious. Oh, my God. So, we move on to the WWE Championship match. AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe. This was actually the second best match of the night. I really loved this match. The fans chanted TNA. You know, this actually gave me huge nostalgia because, you know, you guys know that I am a fan of TNA and Impact Wrestling, whatever the fuck it's called now. I'm a fan of that. And I got introduced to AJ Styles from TNA. Same thing with Samoa Joe. I got introduced to those two via TNA. So, the fact that these two were wrestling each other for the WWE Championship on WWE's second biggest show of the year is astounding. Like, you would not, if you were to tell me that this was going to happen, like, even 4 years ago, I would laugh my ass off so badly. It wouldn't even, tell you that you are fucking insane, and that you need to go to a mental hospital. By the way, I'm not making fun of people with mental health issues. Like, that's a serious thing. I'm just saying that for satire. Anyway, so what I was saying right now was that this match was just spectacular. The storytelling was amazing. Samoa Joe really showed off how good he is. He really showed everybody how good he really is in the ring, despite not being the stereotypical WWE guy. You know, um, I did not expect Samoa Joe to win. I don't know why people somehow expected Samoa Joe to win. Like, seriously, have you guys not seen how they've been promoting AJ Styles recently? Like, they've seriously been talking about how he's been like the longest reigning SmackDown champion and all that stuff. As far as I'm concerned, he ain't losing that belt anytime soon. The earliest that I see him losing that belt is maybe Royal Rumble, because I think that's when he breaks CM Punk's record. That's the earliest that I see him losing that title, and I'm hoping that it's not. My guy, I swear to God, if he loses that belt to a fucking part timer, I'm gonna be so fucking furious. But Samoa Joe and AJ Styles, they're those two wrestlers where together they just never put on a bad match. And like, I'm actually surprised. I was kind of surprised that they did put on a good match, considering how mediocre AJ Styles and Nakamura's matches were. But they really did try this time, and like I said, the storytelling was amazing. Samoa Joe has pretty much been trying to get into AJ Styles' head by mentioning AJ Styles' wife and everything, and his kids. So when he mentioned to AJ Styles' kids that he was their daddy, Styles pretty much went fucking insane. He absolutely demolished Samoa Joe at that point. Grabbed a chair, used weapons, just absolutely killing Joe. And that's what caused AJ Styles to get disqualified. So Samoa Joe did beat AJ Styles, but he didn't walk out of the arena with the championship. And hey, like I said, I was not surprised at all that Styles still had the belt. If you guys were, like I said, pay attention to how they've been promoting Styles recently. Like, this should not be a shocker at all. Anyway, and also, you know what my main problem was with this match? It wasn't even the second to last match of the show. It was the mid-card match of the show. And that sucks. You know, they really are trying to make AJ Styles' reign a lot like CM Punk's reign, because they're treating him as the champion. They're treating him just as badly as how they treated CM Punk when he was the WWE champion. And the only way they could possibly top this off is if he lost the belt to a part-timer, which I'm not saying that he is. Like I said, if he does, I am not going to be happy about it whatsoever. But you know, I can't really criticize this match at all. This match was definitely, it was just amazing. Samoa Joe pulled out some moves that I'd never seen him pull off before. AJ Styles did his usual moves that are absolutely fantastic to see. And yeah, it was just a great match. I gave the match a B+. My only issue was that the match could have been placed in a different position of the card. And also, I was hoping that the match went a little bit longer, but you know, it was good enough. It was a good match. Like, that's all I can really say about that. I'm hoping that this can at least go on to Survivor Series, because that actually might give me a reason to go buy a ticket to watch Survivor Series, which I might be making a video on that later on. Elias, Elias had a concert. Move on. Uh, we move on to The Miz versus Daniel Bryan. Uh, this match was also good. Storytelling, spectacular. Uh, I can't really say much about. I mean, Daniel Bryan pretty much pummeled The Miz until the very end when Maurice once again interferes in The Miz's match, which I have not. I don't remember one major match The Miz has been in since 2016 where Maurice hasn't interfered one way or another. At this point, this is kind of getting annoying. Which I know you're supposed to be annoyed at The Miz for what he does and everything, but at this point, I really am getting annoyed. Like like that's how consistent this is. So The Miz did beat Daniel Bryan. I don't know what weapon he used. I'm pretty sure it was like a brass knuckle or something like that. But he pinned Daniel Bryan. But like I said, it was a fantastic match. It was the third best match of the night, in my opinion. And they really tried. This is probably Miz's best match in recent memory. So props to him. Props to The Miz. And props to Daniel Bryan, too, for being able to carry somebody like The Miz. Not saying that The Miz is a bad wrestler, but he's not particularly good. So, I gave the match a B. It was pretty much all I could give it. It was a bad finish, but at least it continues the story that's going to go on. In fact, if anything, my prediction is that this feud is going to go all the way to WrestleMania, and if it does, good. I'm not going to have an issue with it. Just as long as WWE can, at the very least, make at the very least, I hope WWE can come up with new twists to the story. Like, if it's going to be the same story, like how it is now, all the way up to WrestleMania, that is going to be kind of redundant. But, like I said, they will be making new twists to the story and everything. So, yeah. We move on to Finn Balor versus Baron Corbin. Finn Balor became the Demon King again and squashed Baron Corbin. That's all it fucking was. It was a squash match. That's all I can say about it. So, yeah. I can't really say anything else about it. I mean, glad to have the Demon King back, but my only complaint about the Demon King coming back was that the Demon King hasn't been seen since TLC last October. The Finn Balor participated at WrestleMania in possibly the second biggest match of his career, on the main roster at least. He didn't go demon then. He didn't go demon when he was fighting The Miz and Seth Rollins for the Intercontinental Championship, but he goes demon for Constable Baron Corbin, someone that hasn't been relevant since he lost his Money in the Bank briefcase. Like, that just doesn't make any sense. But then again, almost everything that they've done with Finn Balor since he's lost the Universal Championship has not made a lick of sense. Let's see. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Jeff Hardy. This was an okay match. It seems like Shinsuke's matches have been getting worse and worse over time. And I hate to say that about Shinsuke, but but you know, it is what it is. Maybe Shinsuke's body is just not able to handle, you know, WWE's schedule anymore. Like, I think he hit his peak. He honestly hit his peak in NXT. Like, his match with Samoa Joe at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn was his peak. Like, that's my opinion on it. His matches with Styles recently have been were repetitive and boring, except for the one at Money in the Bank. But especially his match at WrestleMania pissed me off, and that's really all I can say about it. Like they should have had a 5-star classic. They did not. They at the very least had like a 2 point, like a fucking 2.3 level of fucking pay-per-view quality. So yeah, gave the match a C. Shinsuke Nakamura won. Who the fuck cares? Gotta charge my phone real quick because my phone is about to die, and we don't want that for my review. Son of a bitch. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to make sure this review does not get cut off since I'm live streaming right now, and you know at this point it's like anything can happen on live stream. So let me just plug this bitch up real quick. There we go. But yeah, so yeah, Shinsuke, it seems like he just can't do it anymore, and that's kind of sad to say about Shinsuke Nakamura, but it is what it is. So now we move on to Alexa Bliss versus Ronda Rousey. Okay, I got something to say about Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss is the most overrated female wrestler in recent memory. She's more overrated than Trish Stratus, and yes, I said Trish Stratus is overrated. Fight me. My God, I don't like her. I just don't like her moveset, especially. She's kind of like Hulk Hogan. I've said this in my WrestleMania review, where she's kind of like Hulk Hogan, where she's only as good as who she works with. And if you don't believe me, name one good match that she's had since she's been on the main roster that was not with Sasha Banks. I'll wait. You won't find one. I'm just telling you right now. Anyway, Ronda Rousey destroyed Alexa Bliss. Good. And she pretty much made her tap out after she broke her fucking arm. So Ronda Rousey won the championship. I'm hoping her reign is not like Brock Lesnar's reign of terror. I'm hoping that. Like, I'm actually praying to God that this is not the case, but it seems like the contrary is going to happen. It sucks, but it is what it is. You know, I can't really complain about it, but at the same time, when it comes down to Ronda Rousey, I've come to the mindset like how I would come whenever I'm trying to like ask out a girl, or whenever I'm like in a relationship. It's like expect the worst, but hope for the best. And this stupid ass advertisement. So yeah, it wasn't really a match. It's the same thing in my opinion. I think it was like a glorified squash match. Natalia came out. That was pretty cool. It was mostly cool because this is like her first appearance since her dad died recently, and my hearts and prayers go out to Neidhart's family, and that's really all I can say about that. I gave the match a B. I mean, probably Alexa Bliss's best match since her match with Sasha Banks last year. So, now, oh my God, we move on to Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar, which turns into a triple threat match. Wait. Oh wait, never mind. Braun Strowman didn't cash in. I actually fucked up on that one. I did not see the opening of the main event. Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar was it was not it wasn't good. Mm-mm, mm-mm. This was not the worst out of all their matches, but it definitely was not the best out of all. Their best match was at WrestleMania 31. Like I'm sorry to say that, but that's really all there is to it. Uh, Brock Lesnar has probably had one of the worst championship reigns that I've ever seen in WWE history. And I'm not exaggerating. Like, even WWE themselves have said. So, Brock Lesnar, he's had this 500-day streak as the WWE Universal Champion. And I don't got nothing to say. I don't really have anything to say about that. Like, one, that belt does not mean nothing. Two, it doesn't really break CM Punk's record since that's not the WWE Championship. Three, Brock Lesnar has only had 6 title defenses since he won that belt from Goldberg at WrestleMania 33, which was a year and a half ago. And 4, most of his matches have been boring, to say the least. That's really all I can say about his matches. They've been mediocre. They have been downright horrible at times. Like, his best match since he won that belt, honestly, sorry, my phone is fucking up right now. There we go. His best match since he's won that belt was with Samoa Joe. And that match didn't even last like 10 minutes. Okay? Roman Reigns beat Brock Lesnar with a spear. No interference from Paul Heyman. Like, no heel turn. Like, I don't know. Like, no heel turn. Like, the crowd chant, "You both suck." Brock Lesnar pretty much destroyed Braun Strowman after, like, Braun Strowman announced that he was going to cash in. But, hey, the second Brock Lesnar went into the ring after doing that, Roman Reigns hit him with a spear. And then he won the Universal Championship. My only thing I can say about that is that, thank God, it's finally over. Thank fucking God. But another thing that I have to say about this match was that if Braun Strowman wasn't going to cash in tonight, what was the point of him being there? Ugh. My God, all you guys did was just tease that Braun Strowman was going to cash in. Like, maybe he's going to cash in tomorrow. Who knows? Who cares at this point? Like, hey, at least the belt is off Brock Lesnar. At least Brock Lesnar can go fuck off to UFC or whatever. I don't care. I really don't. I don't care if Roman Reigns turns heel. At least the Universal Championship, at least Raw's Championship is gonna be here. That's all I care about now. Like, I really can't say anything else about this match. It was not good. It wasn't good. It was just like the SummerSlam. Not good. So, what I give the SummerSlam overall? A C+. It wasn't good, guys. The show was not good at all. And in fact, speaking of a good show, there's a much better one right there. You guys are honest to God better off watching NXT than you are watching SummerSlam. Like, if you watched NXT Takeover last night, you pretty much got your money's worth for SummerSlam weekend. Like, you don't even have to watch SummerSlam. So, Roman Reigns won the Universal Championship. Yay! Now we can all celebrate with a chorus of boos. Whatever. At least this whole saga of Roman Reigns getting screwed over by the Authority is finally over. At least Brock Lesnar's reign of terror is finally over. Now, can we all just sit down and relax and not freak out over Roman Reigns winning the championship? Because I can guarantee you it could have got much worse. it could have got much worse. Brock Lesnar could still be the champion right now. So, you know, at least this was a satisfying conclusion. But this show was not good. Not as bad as WrestleMania, but like I said, that's like saying Joseph Stalin was not as bad as Hitler. So this is all I can put it at. Both shows sucked. Here's to me hoping that Survivor Series in my hometown of LA is at least good. But seeing how the two recent Big Four pay-per-views have been, it seems like that's not even gonna happen. Like the only major pay-per-view that has actually been good this year was Royal Rumble. I can't say anything else about this. I'm disappointed. I'm fucking disappointed. There was only 2 matches that really pissed me off. Out of all of them, so yeah. Shit show. I can't say that I'm a fan of WWE anymore. I'm like borderline not a fan of WWE anymore. Like it's gotten to a point now where I'm honestly I'm turning into a casual fan. That's how much WWE has broken me now. At this point I'm just a casual fan. I will literally tune in for the big matches, but as soon as those big matches are over with, I'm tuning right out. That's where I'm at this point. And you can only thank WWE for that. So if you guys did not like the SummerSlam, if you guys have hated wrestling, have hated WWE recently, give Impact Wrestling a try. Give New Japan Pro Wrestling a try. Hell, give Ring of Honor a try, because it seems like they're actually about to start competing with WWE soon. So give those companies a try, at least. With that said, I'm Undertaker Largest fan. My head hurts from this SummerSlam. I want to get some fucking sleep. And I want to not think about this horrible fucking show anymore. So, yeah. See you guys later. Enjoy.